12 to 18 miles an hour. Clear and chilly. Temperatures by the end of the game, or certainly late tonight, are supposed to get down into the high 40s. So it's going to be cool on the field. And looking at the umpires down on the field, they've all got their coats on. They're anticipating a chilly night as well. The umpires for this game, Lance Barksdale's behind the plate. Remember, we talked about how with a doubleheader he gets game one off. Gary Cederstrom, who was behind the plate for game one, gets this game off. Adrian Johnson's at first. Goodfield and Colbris at second, and Mike Estabrook moves from first to third for this game. Braves have been doing a good job, Tom. We've been talking about their hitting, but especially in this series. And you look at game one, hitting with runners in scoring position, the Braves were 6 for 17, 8 for 21 in this series already, and that'll add up to some runs.
Yeah, it will, and that's one of the trends that the Braves have turned around here. It seems like early in the year we were talking about their inability to get base hits with runners in scoring position, and not surprisingly how that correlates to their struggles offensively with scoring runs. But they really turned that around. Brian McCann leading the way in that category. So, and even in that first game, like I said, they took advantage of their opportunities, whether they got guys on base by walk or error. And that's what you have to do when you get those opportunities. You got to take advantage of them.
And you always feel good about winning the first one. If you've lost the first game of doubleheader, you get the sense that, man, we got to do something this game to avoid being swept. So Atlanta is in a good position, and they're playing good baseball right now. Let's hope that continues. Braves now 16 and 15, and if you weren't with us for game one, it's the first time the Braves have been over 500 since they were 3-2 back in Milwaukee. The Brewers, meanwhile, fall to 13 and 16, and they are just 5 and 11 on the road. So they'd like to make something happen, and the season series now stands at 3-3. Tim Hudson against Milwaukee did not pitch up in Milwaukee in early April. Last year made 2 starts against them. He went 1-1 with a high ERA for him of just under 5. In lifetime, a 3-3 mark. 35 years old, 6'1", 175. Chipper Jones is taking the second game off. So Prado's going to play third base. There's Chipper. Got his coat on. Brian McCann likewise. Both had a good game in game one. And Martin Prado had a huge game in game one. Went 3 for 5.
You know, we've been talking about this Brewers lineup a lot all day, obviously, and in the series, and spotlighting Fielder and Braun in the middle of that lineup. And for Huddy, it's going to be no different. He's going to have to find a way to handle those guys. Corey Hart's had pretty good success against him. Ryan Braun's had good success against him. Done pretty well against Fielder, so we'll see if that trend continues. But certainly you want to try and take care of those 3 guys and then do a pretty good job as well against the likes of Ricky Weeks and the rest of the guys.
And Ricky just 1 for 18 against him in his career. Steps in. He went 1 for 3 in game one. Had a walk and a stolen base, though. And he's 3 for 7 in the series. First pitch of game 2. Called strike. To make room for Greinke on the roster, the Brewers designated Brandon Boggs an outfielder. Back to Nashville. 0-2.
Shows you what we know. All our speculation that it was going to be a pitcher.
Yeah. And maybe even Estrada, who took the loss in game one. Ron Renicky, the manager, on the right. His bench coach, Jerry Narron, on the left. One and 2 the count. Hudson's last start came against the Cardinals, got no decision, went 6 innings, gave up 2 runs. Walked 2, struck out 3. That was on the 29th. Struck him out. Good start for Tim, just like it was for Hansen in game one.
Went to that backdoor sinker. Might have been a little bit off or a little bit down, but close enough on the plate that Weeks couldn't let it go and couldn't get to it.
That's 28 strikeouts for their leadoff hitter. That's the most on their team. Corey Hart. Swing and a miss. Just back from the disabled list, not very many at bats. But good numbers against Hudson in his career. 7 for 22, a couple of doubles. To third, and Martin Prado closer to the action in game 2, makes the play, 2 down. Chipper in game 1, 1 for 5. Brian McCann next to him extended his hitting streak to 5 games. He was 1 for 3 with a walk and a sacrifice fly. McCann drove in 2 runs.
Freddie's working with a pretty good bench for this game.
I'd say so. Here's Ryan Braun, who had his streak snapped at 28 straight games of reaching base safely. Still, that was a Milwaukee record. See him blowing on his hands, get a little warmth in there. Tom, you were talking about from a pitcher's standpoint, pitching with the wind at your back, sometimes that's not always a good thing. Well, I can tell you for sure, 100%, when the wind's in your face as a hitter, it's never a good thing.
No, it can't feel good. I'm sure you're up there and that wind's blowing in your face, your eyes are watering, you're, like we said in the first game, you feel like you got to hit the ball with a bazooka to get him to go anywhere. So, sure, it's not the best of conditions.
Oh, just missed 1 and 2.
But he tried to sell it.
A little lean working. Two and 2. The third game of this triple header is Brandon Beachy and Sean Markin.
I won't be here for that one.
It'll be at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. To short, Gonzalez. Makes it an easy inning for Tim Hudson. 1, 2, 3, go the Brewers. Braves coming to bat. Here's the Braves lineup for game 2. Leading it off will be Martin Prado, of course. He's followed tonight by Alex Gonzalez and Jason Hayward, who's in the 3-hole. Dan Uggla moves up to the cleanup spot. Freeman 5th, then Ross in the 6th spot. Bottom third of the order, Hinsky, McLeod, and Hudson. against Zach Greinke, who makes his first start of the year.
Making his first start of the year for Milwaukee. Had 33 last year with Kansas City, going 10-14. The year following his Cy Young Award season there in Kansas City. Big right-hander, throws hard, changes speeds on everything, moves the ball in and out. Good command for a power guy.
And his first pitch of his season is a 91 fastball right on the corner. To first, diving stop by Fielder. He gets up, he'll take it to the bag himself and get the out. Prado and Pendleton can't believe it, and here comes Freddie Gonzalez.
I'm not sure he ever touched the bag.
Adrian Johnson with an emphatic call. Greinke was there to cover, but Fielder wanted to make the play himself.
Never touched the bag.
Oh, he was just sweeping at it, wasn't he?
He sold it good. That's what you're supposed to do. If you miss it, sell it.
No, did he kid me? I don't know. Alex Gonzalez, the batter. He was 1 for 5 in game 1. Good breaking ball. Greinke's 27 years old, 6'2", 190 out of Orlando, Florida. He was first round pick in 2002 for Kansas City. He made a start here last year in interleague play while with Kansas City. Got no decision. The Braves won the game 5-4. He pitched 7 innings, gave up 6 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks, struck out 5.
That was that game here in the notes where it says he pitched against the Atlanta, Georgia Braves?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that different from the Atlanta Braves?
One and the same. Still 2-2 to Alex. No one on the Braves team has faced him much except for Eric Hensky. Gonzalez 1 for 4 with a homer. To the right side again, and off a Fielder. He'll pick it up and throw, but not in time. So the Braves had the fewest number of errors committed against them coming into this doubleheader. Brewers made an error in game 1, and they made another one.
All we had to do was point it out. Good lesson for young pitchers out there. See, even though you're running over there to cover the bag, and that first baseman bobbles the ball, you just don't continue on past the bag. You got to pull up and become a first baseman. And Fielder almost recovered in time, but Alex got down the line, get out of the box in a hurry.
That's the first error of the year on Prince Fielder. Jason Hayward takes a strike. He was on base 3 times in game 1. He was 1 for 3. He walked. He was also hit by a pitch. And Chipper Jones firmly believes that when that day comes when Chipper decides to hang him up, that Jason Hayward will be the number 3 hitter permanently in the Atlanta lineup.
Not arguing that.
He's to breaking ball 1 and 2. Now for the left-handers, Tom, scouting report on Greinke in this situation is that he's got an excellent Greg Maddux backup fastball that you can't give up on. That'll come back over the inside corner.
Yeah, and that, that's what makes him tough. He locates that fastball on both sides of the plate, but he'll throw that one at your belt buckle that you give up on and comes back over the plate for a strike.
Backdoor breaking ball missed, though. 2 and 2.
Throws his changeup predominantly to lefties too, so this might be a good spot right here for that.
Fouled back right by us. He was the 2009 Cy Young Award winner for Kansas City. On a team that didn't win many games, he went 16-8 with a 2.16 ERA, which led the American League. 6 complete games, 3 shutouts. Nieves with a good stop. Full count. There are those numbers. 242 strikeouts that year.
At 2.16 ERA in the American League, pretty darn good.
Yes, it is. Full count. See if Gonzalez is running. He is. Let's bounce foul. Oh, catcher interference? Is that what that was?
We'll take it.
Yep. Jason swing. He hit the catcher's glove before he hit the ball, and that's catcher's interference. Runners at first and second.
I didn't see it. It must have heard it. Nobody's arguing it. So,
quick call by Lance Barksdale too. Good for him. He's right on it. And Dan Uggla looking for his first hit of the day. He went 0 for 5 in game 1. Chance to give the Braves an early lead. And Uggla 2 for 4 with a double against him in his career. Catcher gets an error on that catcher's interference, so that's 2 errors in the inning.
I'm going to bring up some more stats like that to open the floodgates.
Yeah. Well, Dan Uggla's 0 for today.
Oh, well.
He hadn't had a hit all day. I don't know how long it's been since he hit a homer. You want to talk about that?
I don't think Zach Greinke's ever given up a home run in the first inning in Atlanta.
Not this year. 0-2. Fought that one off into the upper deck. Greinke came to the Brewers along with Unieski, Betancourt, and Cash from Kansas City. The Royals got the Brewers shortstop from a year ago, Alcides Escobar, Lorenzo Cain, a Georgia native, an outfielder, young, real good prospect, Jeremy Jeffers, a pitcher, and Jake Odorizzi, a pitcher. Dan staying alive. Escobar, the starting shortstop for Kansas City now. Cain almost made their club in spring training. He's in AAA at Omaha. Brewers got immediate help. The Royals get what they think will be a lot of future help.
What are they saying? 2014 there in Kansas City? There,
maybe even before that. Really? That late? I thought it was sooner than
maybe
that.
It's 13.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 13, and they're thinking there's an outside chance for 12.
Yeah.
Versus 14 and 13. They've got a ton of young talent over there.
Good battle here. Uggla trying to stay alive. It's still 1-2 though. And leaves off that one 2-2. Greinke in spring training suffered a rib injury playing pickup basketball, but he actually made a couple of starts after that, and the injury just kept nagging him. They thought it was just a bad bruise. Well, then upon further review and another x-ray, they discovered a hairline fracture in one rib and a bad bruise in another. Fouled off another one.
Oh, he's obviously going to be on a pitch count, and this first inning couldn't be off to a better start as far as the Braves are concerned in that regard. They're making him work. He's up in 21 pitches already, so that certainly is going to make it difficult for him to get very deep into this game.
His last rehab start came in AAA against Albuquerque, And he went 5 innings, gave up 7 hits and 2 runs, walked 1, struck out 7. And again, Uggla battling. Fought off a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. I think Dan would tell you, Tom, you can bring all that 94 you want. I'll figure out something on that.
Yeah, he's not worried about the velocity.
No. 9th pitch of the at-bat coming. Toward the hole. That's going to get through. What an at-bat. Gonzalez around third. He'll score without a throw, and the Braves take a 1-0 lead. And Dan Uggla, who didn't have a hit all day long.
See? We're doing our part up here.
Not only does he get a base hit, he gets an RBI.
That's just a great at-bat, like you said. He battled and battled and battled, and even that, he didn't get a great swing on it, but got enough of it and found a hole. And after getting some help from the Brewers defense with an error and a catcher's interference, Braves took advantage of their opportunity.
Freddie Freeman had a good game. Snapped out of an 0 for spell. Went 2 for 4 with a walk in game 1. Two and 0 the count. 27 pitches in the inning. Good hitters count. Nice tie, 3 and 0. Pauses to take a look over in the on-deck circle to see the red-hot David Ross on deck. Let's see if Freeman gets a green light here. Taking all the way, 3 and 1. Braves have gotten back to 500 at home. They're now 7-7 at Turner Field. One nothing Atlanta with a chance to add on here in the first. That's out of play. Full count. Gonzalez was running from first when Hayward was up there with a full count. Let's see what happens here. Runners at first and second with 1 out.
I think they're going. Good speed. Third baseman's off the line. Shows you what I know.
But not this time. Good cut by Freeman. He's still alive, still 3 and 2.
They must have missed a sign.
A 31 pitch inning so far for Greinke, and there's still only 1 out. Short lead for Hayward at second. Not going. Struck him out. 2 out for David Ross. David Ross, as you see, 3 homers, 8 RBIs. 2-home run game in San Diego. In fact, he hit 3 over a 5 at-bat span after he connected here against the Cardinals. He only hit 2 homers all last year. Fights that one off. And I said it was against Cardinals. It was actually Monday off Gallardo.
Yep, got the Braves on the board against Gallardo. I mean, I think it's just a karma thing, Joe. Ever since you had him on Sunday school, he's been feeling good about himself and just really having good vibes coming to the ballpark.
Didn't want to let any of the kids down. Do some more schooling. Two on, 2 out, a run in. And a drive to deep left center. Leave it alone, Win. Gomez at the wall, and he's got it. That 15-mile-an-hour wind took the steam out of that one, but he put a good swing on it. Braves will settle for 1. And we go to the second. Doubleheader. Here's our Sunshine House leaderboard, and this includes game 1 of this doubleheader. Braves starters and National League ranks. Pretty good stuff, Tom.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, we've been talking about it, and I mean, you're getting that kind of pitching, and your offense is starting to swing the bat and score 5 runs or more a game. That's why the Braves are on a pretty good run right now.
2.43 ERA over their last 12. Hudson has a run to work with. And Prince Fielder sends one to left field, but the wind will kill that one. And Hensky puts it away easily. 1 pitch, 1 out. Boy, don't you hope for a fast inning and get Greinke right back out there.
Absolutely. You want nothing better than that, or nothing more than that, I should say. So
33 pitches for Greinke in the bottom of the first. Casey McGee had an infield hit in game 1. 1 for 3 with a walk, 1 for 7 in the series. This guy's got a little facial resemblance, not including the beard. Greg Olson.
Yeah, a little bit.
To first, the only guy on the right side of the diamond is Freddie Freeman, and he'll handle it. And Yuniesky Betancourt is the batter. 0 for 2 in game 1 when he came in as a pinch hitter for Council in the 7th. But he had a couple of hits, including a triple in game 1 of this series. He's 2 for 5 overall in the series. Two guys on the disabled list talking it over. Chris Medlin, by the way, talking to Peter Moylan. He was real excited because they let him throw, I think, about 10 changeups in his side session off the mound yesterday.
Well, good. I mean, he's coming along good. He's feeling great, and he's had a great attitude through the whole rehab process. So the hardest part for them is going to be pulling those reins as he gets closer to pitching in the game and starting to do a lot of that stuff.
And I can promise you, you'd love to be right in the middle of that conversation just listening, because
there will be something to laugh about.
There will be something to laugh at. Yes. 1-2 to Betancourt, who again came with Greinke from Kansas City. Struck him out. That's 2 for Hudson. He's set down the first 6. Greinke's got to go right back out there. 1-0 Atlanta.
Brought to you by Jameson Inn, ranked #1 in customer satisfaction nationwide for 6 straight years. Experience all the comfort and amenities you expect at an unexpectedly low price. Jameson Inn. Live large, pay less.
And a look at our Jameson Inn upcoming schedule. Tomorrow, the finale of this series with the Brewers. Sean Markham, 3-1, goes against Brandon Beachy, 1-1. 7 o'clock airtime. Tom and I'll have that for you on Peachtree TV and Fox Sports South outside the Atlanta metro area. Eric Hinsky leads off the second. Pinch hit in game 1 and struck out. He has a homer and 4 RBIs on the year. He has seen Greinke more than anyone in his days in the American League. 3 for 15 with a double and a triple.
I want to see the big man hit a triple. Well, Greinke wants nothing more than a quick inning. Get that pitch count back in order.
Eric was all over that one. 2-2. He had a Sunday school episode with us about a week ago about preparation to pinch hit. I was just wondering if he uses the same bat to pinch hit as he would in a game restarted. Nieves can't hang on to that foul tip. So Eric gets another hat.
I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if they go heavier or lighter based on pinch hitting versus non-pinch hitting.
I guess he uses the same one. Another 2-2. No, he didn't. Full count. Another deep count for the Braves. Pitch count up to 38. Weeks makes the play. 1 out. Nate McLeod had a good game in game 1, batting in that 8th spot again. He was 2 for 3. He also had a walk. He also reached on an error. He was on base 4 times, and he scored twice.
Well, there's something contagious for him in that 8-hole. He has felt comfortable there.
Raised his average up to 264. And his on base percentage overall for the season at 355 and climbing.
Reached in 13 of his last 15 games, 22 of 28, so he's definitely feeling more comfortable up there.
.3-0 from Greinke.
And I think that's one of the things you have to keep an eye on with Greinke is his command. I mean, this essentially is really still a spring training start for him.
4-pitch walk. That'll get Hudson to the plate.
And he had two spring training outings. He's had 3 rehab starts, and even in those rehab starts, he's only pitched 10 innings. So, you know, if you think of it in terms of spring training, he's still way behind where you would normally be, even though he's at an accelerated point where he's going to come out here and pitch 90 pitches tonight, because he probably must have been able to do some throwing and whatnot. But still, that feel, that command, that presence, is going to take some time for him to get there.
Hudson's going to try to move the runner up. Takes low. Yeah, I've heard you guys say before, Tommy, that in spring training, by the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th outing, you're just then beginning to get a feel for the release point, where you want the ball to go. That's kind of where he is.
Yeah, and I think you're seeing what you would typically see. His fastball command is kind of coming and going, is struggling a little bit with his curveball or breaking ball command, and that's usually the kind of the cycle. Your breaking ball pitches, your off-speed pitches are generally the last to come in spring training. It's the fastball command that you focus on and try to get right away. So it's going to take some time.
Good bunt by Hudson. Fielder to Weeks for the out. McLeod's in scoring position, a 2 out for Prado. Good job by Tim. His 3rd sacrifice of the year. Looked like Martin had legged out an infield hit to start this game. Grounded one right down the first base line. Fielder made a diving stop, and then the foot race to the bag, and we're still not sure if Fielder ever touched the base, but was called out. Martin called out by Adrian Johnson.
Missed it with the front foot. Tried to see from that angle. It doesn't look like he ever touched the base. From the other angle he had, it looked like he might have caught it with his heel, but
I saw something there that might indicate he did scrape it. Except for now, we got a base hit and a 2-out RBI for Martin Prado. The Braves continue to tear it up with runners in scoring position. They were 6 for 17 in game 1, and it's 2-0 and land on some more clutch hitting.
Yeah, that's just a really good piece of hitting by Martin right there. We talk about what a professional hitter he is. And again, very similar to the base hit, RBI base hit he had in the first game, where he, you know, it kind of gives you the perception that he's fooled on the pitch, but he keeps his hands in there and is able to keep his bat through the strike zone long enough to serve that thing into right field.
His 4th RBI on the day, 3 in the first game. Alex Gonzalez reached on an error by Fielder in the first inning to get a little rally going. That led to their first run, albeit an unearned run. And an 8-game streak for Martin. Gonzalez has hit in 5 straight. He's in the hole 0-2. That was the 50th pitch for Greinke. Didn't go.
Yeah, the average you kind of work off is about 15 pitches an inning. Maybe some instances you'll factor in 20. So he's well above that pace, and that certainly is not good news for the Brewers in the back end of a doubleheader, where they had to go to their bullpen a lot in the first game.
So far, he hasn't really had a put-away pitch, Tom. The guys are fouling off pitch after pitch. He did strike out Freeman on a 3-2 pitch in the first, and I believe that was a fastball.
Yeah, and that's part of the process. You know, you're so tuned to throw strikes, throw strikes, throw strikes. Well, part of the pitching process is then when you get to 2 strikes, you're trying to throw pitches a little bit out of the zone. You don't quite have that command.
Got the strikeout with the fastball there, his second. Braves tack on a run, though. We've played 2. Braves up by 2. By the Home Depot, by Academy Sports and Outdoors, by Joel and Associates, and by Blimpie. Joe and Tom back with you as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. Braves on top 2-0. Tim Hudson has retired the first 6 in a row, and he'll face the bottom 3rd of the Milwaukee order. Gomez, Nieves, and Greinke. Carlos Gomez with a double pinch hitting in game 1. And he wasn't sure whether he was going to swing, bunt, or dodge that. He didn't know which way to go or wind his watch. And we got a piece of David Ross, 0-2. Struck him out. That's 3 for Hudson. Got him to chase a good breaking ball. And with 1 out, Tom, here you go again.
All right, listen up, Glavins.
An energy saving tip from Georgia Power. Take our online energy audit at georgiapower.com to find ways to save. And for more energy saving tips, visit georgiapower.com.
Mrs. Glavin's going to have to do that one.
She have to do the auditing?
Yes.
Okay, Chris. There you go. Will Nieves 0 for 4 Monday night. Did not play in game 1 this afternoon. Getting a cool 172.
Does it become any cooler on a cool night, or is it just still cool?
It does, definitely. Yeah. Look up and see that on the scoreboard. It gets frigid. And Tim's gone 3-0 on him.
So we're still below the Mendoza line, but not below the Simpson line.
Oh.
Right?
Well.
Well below the Simpson line.
3-1. See the flag up on top of the scoreboard. Still starts blowing straight into 3-2. That's the primary reason that David Ross drive didn't get out of here in the first inning.
Yeah, that ball was hit well enough to get out of here.
He thought it was chase ball 4, but still 3-2.
I thought that ball was a home run out Davis' bat. I forgot about the wind. And you look up there and say, yeah.
Casual evening at the end of the dugout. McLouth was shallow and had him played right. 2 down. Good comeback by Hudson from a 3-0 deficit. And here's Greinke, who is 4 for 24 in his career in interleague play with a homer. Hit a home run off Russ Ortiz. Just missed. Good swing, but a foul tip, and Hudson ahead in the count again. Tim trying to make it 9 in a row. One more game to play in this series tomorrow afternoon. Beachy and Markham hook up. Tim doing a good job, as you see there, of getting ahead. Slow curve popped up. Freddie Freeman wants it, and Tim Hudson has set down the first 9 Brewers. And he leads 2-0. 2-0. Wave, Tom. He's waving at you.
Hey, guys.
Braves up 2-0. Time for our SunTrust Solid Performance, and this is an add-on from Game 1. This is up to date.
Yeah, they have definitely turned the tides on that statistic there. And again, 16 runs, 24 hits. That's pretty darn good production. That's taking advantage of your opportunities.
And still 7 more innings to go, or hopefully just 6 for the Braves from the offensive side, plus a game tomorrow. Greinke made the last out. He was a little late or slow getting out there to warm up, but now he's ready to go. Hayward, Ugla, and Freeman. Jason reached on catcher's interference his first time up. And that set up Dan Ugla. Runners at first and second. Dan had a great at bat and had a base hit through the left side to drive in a run. Jason at 248. I was just thinking too, Tom, about Greinke that we saw a minute ago. Rick Kranitz, the pitching coach, and Ron Renicky, the manager, watching last inning. They haven't seen him pitch much.
No, they're
learning too.
They're learning what he's about and what his mannerisms are.
Jason stays alive.
And I was thinking too on that catcher's interference, that could be a little bit of unfamiliarity with Nieves and Greinke to where he's throwing a breaking ball. He's not real sure how it's coming in there, what the speed is, so he reaches for it a little bit more than he might normally once he gets to know him, and you get the interference call.
That's a very good point. Once again, Braves hitters fall behind in the count, but they fight off a bunch of pitches. He's now at 58. But Nieves held on to that one, and that's the 3rd strikeout for Greinke. But how about this at bat for Dan Ugla in the first inning?
Start him out with a slider, front door, a little more to the plate there, fastball up, slider away, fastball up and in, slider down and away, another slider, fastball in the hands again, and then back to that slider, and I mean that's just everything but the kitchen sink there. I mean, location, speed, break. Dan fought them all off and got one he could handle.
Terrific at bat.
He did throw a couple pretty good sliders in there. We've been talking about his, 2 strike pitches. He threw a couple strikeout pitches, but Ugla didn't swing at him.
That's out of play, and once again it's 0-2.
Come on, Mac, leave him alone. He's trying to concentrate.
Got him looking and got him with a fastball, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
That's 3 straight strikeouts dating back to last inning.
Yeah, see that, threw that fastball down. The other fastballs he threw were up at his hand, so I think Dan got a better look at him. That one he threw it down kind of knee high right where he starts that front door slider, and I think out of the hand it looked like it was going to be that front door slider and locked Dan up.
Freddie Freeman had a 3-0 count, and then when it went to 3-2, he struck out swinging. And this will be an easy inning for Greinke, and a welcome easy inning. Braves finally go in order for him. We played 3 innings. He's down 2-0.
Yeah, so far very good. Hudson looks sharp. Ugla and Prado, big base hit, RBIs. Zach Greinke's been pretty good. I mean, he's big pitch count. Defense didn't help him much there in the first inning with an error and a catcher's interference, so he's fell victim to that a little bit, but he's throwing the ball well.
Yeah, he may be getting his sea legs under him now the way he's pitching. Tim Hudson, 8 out of 9 first pitch strikes. He has set down the first 9 in a row, so the top of the order due up here for Milwaukee. Weeks struck out his first time. Hudson has 3 strikeouts total. Weeks is 3 for 8 in the series. Driven to center. McLouth on his horse. He's not going to get to that one. He'll play it on a short hop. And man, oh man, does the ball jump off Ricky Weeks' bat.
He's fun to watch. He's a good hitter, good fielder. He can run. And he's hit some balls hard here today. That ball was kind of a 1-iron that he hit below the wind.
Short swing, too.
Yeah, really short, quick to the ball. Just drove that ball, like I said, through the wind over Nate's head. And easy stand-up double to start the 4th inning for the Brewers.
First hit for Milwaukee. And Weeks has a double to go with the triple he hit in Game 1. Corey Hart grounded out his first time. Broken bat grounder. Prado's trying to dodge the bat, and with good reason, as it just stuck in the ground.
Did a nice job. Nice job avoiding that bat and finding the ball and staying with it.
Good play.
I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but Martine's first instinct was to watch the bat and see where it was going, and then found the ball and got it in his glove and made a nice play.
And had to check the runner, too, to make sure he wasn't trying to advance. He had a lot going on. Ryan Braun grounded out his first time up. He's 1 for 9 in the series. After Weeks, who is 4 for 8, 4 for 9 now in the series, you go through the heart of their order. Hart is 1 for 6, Braun 1 for 9, Fielder 1 for 9 with a homer, and McGee 1 for 8. One of those guys with more than 1 hit in the series.
Well, it's a dangerous middle of the lineup. Braves pitchers thus far have done a really good job of taking care of those guys, and aside from Weeks, everybody else too.
A ball and a strike to Braun. Toward Ugla, a 2-hopper. 2 down, runner at third for Fielder. And time for our AT U-verse trivia question here in Game 2. Who's the only active player under 30 years old with more career home runs than Prince Fielder? Only guy under 30 with more homers. Rafael Furcal.
I like it.
Am I a little late on that one?
Yes. I don't think that would be the answer. I think I know it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Who you got?
Ryan Howard.
I like it. No, he's not 30.
Well, it's under 30, right?
Yeah, it's under 30.
So he qualifies because he's not 30.
Oh, I thought he was like 31.
No, I don't think he's that old.
Have Laser Baker go to the book. Ryan Howard.
I don't think he's 30.
Foul. $31.
Yeah, got to go to plan B.
How old's Alfonso Soriano?
He's got to be 30.
47?
I was going to say.
That's a good question. You can tell Gretchen Caney's back, making us think. Chat on the mound with Ross and Hudson. They go after Fielder. He doesn't chase. 2-2. It's just one of those at bats where, if you do walk him, you don't want to because that's a tying run, but it's not a heartbreaker, is it?
No, not at all. Absolutely not. I mean, you don't want this guy to beat you. So you're going to try and continue to make pitchers pitches, and if not, just take your chance with the guy on deck, make him beat you.
And we've seen Prince chase. We saw him chase some bad balls in the first game.
Yeah, after that high fastball, you'd figure he's going to throw something soft or down in the dirt, maybe get him chased down there now.
And it was a changeup.
He got away with it.
And it was up. Weeks is at third base. He led off the inning with a double. He's there with 2 outs. At third base with 2 outs. And they struck him out, and they went upstairs to do it. Good call, Tom. That's 4 strikeouts for Hudson. Braves still lead 2-0. In time for our Home Depot know-how question of the game. Comes from Julia McIntyre of Boston, Massachusetts, who wants to know, Tom, what do players do between games of a doubleheader?
Well, in a game like today, a traditional doubleheader, you pretty much go in, you change, you grab something to eat, and retape your ankles or whatever you got to do, and you get back out there. In some of the daylight doubleheaders you have nowadays, there's a lot of card playing going on.
A lot of crossword puzzles, too.
Yeah, a lot of eating. Those clubhouse guys are busy cooking stuff all day.
David Ross put a charge in one in the first inning, but the wind knocked it down right at the wall and allowed Carlos Gomez to run it down. And he rips this one to left. Braun's not going to catch that one. It'll go to the wall. Plays it off the wall beautifully, and a long throw. Not in time. David Ross is just squaring up everything, and he's got a leadoff double.
Well, you got to be careful with him on fastballs in. And that's a pretty good pitch, but that's one he likes. He likes the fastballs in. Got the head of the bat on that ball and drove that ball down the left field line.
I'll say he was swinging it. Eric Hinsky, the batter, he grounded out his first time up. By the way, there's a scoring change in game one. There was an error charge to Ricky Weeks on a ball that Nate McLouth hit in the 6th inning. That's been changed to a base hit. So Nate already is a hit ahead.
Exactly.
3 for 3 with a walk, and all the runs earned that inning.
Picked up another hit while he was inside having a sandwich.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought that was a tough score on that play. That was a tough play for Ricky Weeks. If a guy that can't run, it's one thing, but he knew he had to hurry up with Nate getting down the line. It's pretty much a do-or-die throw, so I think it was the right call.
Yeah, made a diving stop out there on the grass, all that stuff. 1-0 to Hinsky. 2-0. Here's an at-bat, the so-called game within the game. Now, logically and by the fundamentals, you'd like to see Eric hit one to the right side and get the runner to third. But then that brings up Nate batting 8th, who they might pitch around and then just work to Hudson, and you may not have accomplished much.
Yeah, I think sometimes too in these situations you give the guy a strike to try and drive him in.
And he just did that. Hooks one over fielder, headed for the corner. Back-to-back doubles. 3-0 Atlanta. But David Ross fired up. RBI number 5 for Hinsky.
And it really plays right into the hands of the left-handed hitter too. You're trying to get the ball to the right side to begin with. So in this case, for Eric, he's either going to try and drive a ground ball over there or try and drive a ball in the outfield somewhere. And he got a off-speed pitch that he was able to turn on and loop it down there in the right field corner. And another double and trade places with David Ross. That's always a good thing.
You like that. Here's the hotter than he thought, Nate McLouth. Walked and scored in the 2nd. Same thing applies here. Drive him in if you can. '72nd pitch for Greinke sails high. That's got to be a little frustrating for Brewers fans too. Hinsky's a Wisconsin native, and the Brewers were very close to signing him last winter when the Braves stepped up and brought him back to Atlanta.
Yeah, he would have been a nice fit for them, but happy for the Braves they were able to retain him. He's a valuable player coming off that bench. Can spot start here and there, but certainly a big bat coming off the bench.
And Nate McLouth puts a charge in one. Deep right field. Hart goes back. He's run out of room. Home run, Nate McLouth.
That'll get him over.
Brewers like cold hard glass. Right there.
That was a pretty swing there. That's just good turn, extension. I don't know what they talked about when they went to the mound, but I don't think it was doing that.
Second home run for McLeod. He's up to 10 RBIs. Those are 3 outstanding swings back to back. Ross Hinsky and McLeod at the bottom of the order. Hudson can't get the bat off of him. He'll be retired.
Too much point on it.
Tim's running down the line, and the bat, he's let go, but the bat won't leave.
They get off me.
Look at him, he's already left. He knows what's coming. Five to nothing Atlanta. Prado's 1 for 2 in RBI in this game. Drove in 3 in the first game. And the offense is heating up, folks. It's May. It may not be all that warm here at the park tonight.
It is to those boys in the dugout.
Yeah, don't tell Nate that. He's 4 for 4 now in the day with 2 walks.
Best way to stay warm on a cold night is run around those bases.
Martin knew it. 5 strikeouts for Greinke. You know, it's always amused me, Tom, when we show the dugout after a guy hits a homer. How many trips the guy makes from one end of the dugout to the other. Usually, I just needed some seeds. No, I just needed some bubble gum.
Yeah. Now let me walk back and forth a few more times and let you guys congratulate me and dig me because I just hit a home run. Chest gets bowed out a little bit more. Posture's a little bit better.
Gonzalez to third, booted by McGee. That's the 3rd error of this game by Milwaukee.
Well, you put the whammy on these guys.
Teach them.
Crawled up the field a little bit.
2 of the errors have come off the bat of Alex. 1 on Fielder, now 1 on McGee. Jason Hayward reached on an error on the catcher's interference in the first, and he's struck out. 80 pitches now for Greinke.
Probably be his last inning, I bet.
Stop by Nieves. This game's far from over, but the Braves have a nice 5-0 lead off of against a good pitcher, and it may be one of those cases, Tom, where this is the last meeting of the year between these 2 teams. Well, this last series of the year. They have a game left tomorrow, but they won't see Zach Greinke again unless they see him in the playoffs, and that's going to be a good thing.
Absolutely,
he's only going to get better.
Yeah, they're catching him before he's getting his game right. I mean, you're seeing flashes of what everybody likes about him, why he won the Cy Young Award, but it's just, at this stage, this early into it for him, it's just hard putting repetition together in terms of making your pitches.
Took a little off there, and that was a nice pitch. 2-2 to Hayward. Braves won game 1, 8-3. At 13 hits. And Hayward down on strikes for the 2nd time. And that's 6 strikeouts for Greinke. But how about the offense from the bottom part of the order? Ross, Hinske with doubles, McLeod with a long one. By SunTrust, by AT U-verse, by McDonald's, by Toyota, and by Georgia Power. Beautiful night in Atlanta, albeit a little bit chilly and windy. A lot warmer for Atlanta as that one's whistled foul by McGee. A lot warmer for Atlanta fans, though. They won game 1 and lead 5-0 in game 2.
Those are much better pictures of downtown than we had last night.
No question. Couldn't even see it. And Tim Hudson staked to a 5-run lead.
He was working fast and attacking the strike zone.
Little cutter hit off the end of the bat. Hayward's there. 1 out. Fans, a reminder to get your tickets now to see Ludacris live in concert, presented by Coca-Cola and Delta Airlines, following the Braves against the Phillies game on Saturday, May 14th at 1 o'clock. Tickets for this game are going fast, so visit Braves.com/Ludacris today. One out for Betancourt, who struck out his first time. Oh, curveball. Hudson now 14 out of 15 in first pitch strikes. The only person who didn't throw a first pitch strike to was Nieves when he went 3-0 on him. A little miscommunication there between Ross and Tim. The 0-2 foul back. Brewers bullpen is getting busy. Brandon Kinsler is beginning to throw. You just wonder if that was indeed the last inning for Greinke.
I don't know what you'd have to gain by sending him out there for another inning and throwing another 15 or 20 pitches.
No. Just missed 1 and 2 to Betancourt.
In some ways, it's probably a blessing for the Brewers that they're not in a 1-run game and they're going to try and eke one more inning out of him his first time out.
Struck him out. For Tim Hudson, his 5th strikeout. And typically, Tom, when you give Hudson a lead of 3 or more, he's pretty much gold.
Yeah, if there's, if there's such a thing as automatic, that's about as close as you can get, I think, right there. I mean, he's just, when he's gotten runs and gotten leads, he's just been very, very good at holding them and putting the other team away. And he's certainly showing tonight that he's comfortable out there with this lead. He's attacking the hitters and just getting down to business.
Well, your point is a good one about how he's going right after him now with this lead. He's already got 5 strikeouts, and his season high is 5. And that was in his first start at Washington on April 3rd in 7 innings. To short. Alex goes to the 1-2-3 inning. Hudson breezing along. They go to the bottom of the 5th. Braves lead by 5. Fox Sports South is being presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. The right stuff, the low price. Along with Tom Glavine, Joe Simpson with you from Turner Field, where the Braves lead at 5-0. Coming to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning, Ugla, Freeman, and Ross due up. And a new pitcher on the mound for Milwaukee. Brandon Kinsler will take over for Greinke, who threw 86 pitches.
Yeah, Brendan Kinsler making his 9th appearance on the year, 1-1 with a 3.29 ERA. Big right-hander. Throws hard, like most guys out of the bullpen nowadays. 93 to 95 with a changeup. A little bit of sink on his fastball.
He did not pitch in game 1, but he did pitch Monday night. Worked an inning and a third, and zeros across. That's Greinke in the dugout talking to his pitching coach, Rick Kranitz.
I know he's got to have a lot in his own mind to pick apart about what happened tonight, but the best thing he's going to be able to answer is tomorrow morning how he feels.
So he's out after 4 innings, and Dan Ugla 1 for 2 in this game. A single and an RBI in the first leads off the 5th inning. Kinsler's 26 years old, out of Las Vegas. 5'10", 185. Check his hobbies, and I guess if you're from Vegas, this figures. His hobbies, he enjoys golf, basketball, and poker.
Yep. Kind of that environment.
3-0 to Ugla. 3-1. hit, but foul. It was a 95-mile-an-hour fastball that Dan turned around. Like we said earlier, velocity's not an issue.
No. No, he would be the epitome of that. I don't care how hard you throw it. If you keep throwing it there, sooner or later I'm going to hit it.
And as a result, Kinsler walked him. Greinke went 4 innings, gave up 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 were earned. He walked 1, struck out 6. Through 86 pitches, 57 for strikes.
Now the 6 strikeouts tells you a pretty good indicator of what his stuff was like. The hits and the walks and the runs would lead you to believe that it's repeating sequences of pitches.
Freddie Freeman sends one foul. He's 0 for 2. Freddie was 2 for 4 with a walk in game 1.
I was going to say, I'm sorry, I'm with you. I'm happy the Braves are seeing him in his first start of the year.
That misses low, 1-1. Pretty good off-speed pitch. I'm not sure what that was.
I think it's just a straight changeup, and it's kind of his out pitch, but it's hard for him to get to it because he doesn't have a great command of his fastball.
Freddie thought that was inside, but it looked like it had a little backup on it.
That ball wasn't inside. It might have been high, but it ended up close to middle.
Yeah. David Ross has squared up 2 tonight off Greinke. He almost hit one out of here in the first inning to deep left center. And then he doubled into the left field corner in the 4th. Braves had 3 consecutive extra base hits off Greinke in the 4th inning. Double by Ross, a double by Hensky, and then a 2-run homer by McLeod. 390 feet into the right field seats. Fastball pulled foul, 1-1. Nate's had himself quite a day. Four for 4 and 2 walks.
Although he thinks he was 3 for 5.
Yeah, he doesn't have any idea how good his day is.
He doesn't. He's probably sitting there right now thinking, man, if I just had that one at bat back, I could be 4 for 4. Little does he know.
Right on that fastball again, but he's in the hole now, 1-2. David at 333 as he stands there. Two and 2. Brian McCann was being teased in the clubhouse yesterday about being a Wally Pitt type, you know, with David Ross swinging the bat so great. He goes, "Are you kidding me?" He said, "I love it." He said, these days off just help make me that much better in August and September.
Now, those two guys have a great relationship. And, you know, the only guy that is any happier than David Ross over what he's doing might be Brian McCann. They root for one another, they pull for one another, they learn a lot from each other, and you know backup catcher relationship is different than most on a ball club. So I know Brian is thrilled every time David gets in there and does something good to help the team.
One out in the inning. Ugla's at first. Let's see if he's running here 3-2. Short lead. And he's going. And it's bounced that way like a hit and run. And Ugla's going to wind up on third. Great job of hitting there by David Ross. It wasn't a hit and run play. Just a full count runner moving play.
Took advantage of the situation. You have the hole over there to begin with fielder holding the runner on, and with Ugla on the move, got even more room over there. Biggest thing David didn't want to do right there is strike out, and that's, you know, the way he's swinging the ball right now and square balls up. Makes all the sense in the world for Freddie to put Dan in motion, because you figure David doesn't hit the ball hard, he's still going to make contact somewhere.
He is red hot. Here's Hinske, who doubled Ross home in the 4th inning. Sends one over by the Brewers dugout. They'll have to get some new lumber. I love these kinds of matchups. I mean, David Ross, a good fastball hitter, and the guy's throwing 95. We know that Eric Hinske can turn around anybody's fastball.
Yeah, when you have young guys on the mound that are, you know, a little bit less experienced, a little bit less in command of their off-speed pitches, these are good matchups for our guys.
Took a little off and missed. 1-1. Well, that brings me to another question for you, and it has to do with the young guy and his good fastball. That was a fastball lifted into center, and that'll get a run home. Ugla tags. Gomez gets the ball in quickly, but Dan scores the 6th run of the game, and a good at bat for Eric Hinske. He's got his 6th RBI of the year and his 2nd tonight. And that brings up Nate McLeod. He's our Georgia Lottery hitting the jackpot. Combined first game and tonight. 4 for 4. A home run, a couple of walks, and he has scored 4 times. So a young guy fires his best fastball in there, and somebody puts a good swing on it, yanks it foul. He's not quite as inclined to go back with that same pitch.
No, probably
I just hit
not.
my best pitch, but I'm thinking in terms of your changeup and how good it was. If somebody hit your Sunday best changeup and hit it pretty good, did you go away from it?
No, absolutely not. I think you had to evaluate in your mind, okay, did I throw it where I wanted to? And if you did, then I think that's where you try to throw it in a similar spot, but maybe expand it a little bit out of the zone. If it wasn't your best one, that's when I always like to. If I threw what I thought was a bad changeup, and a guy took a great hack at it and he missed it, and he's in the box thinking, oh, I'm locked in on this pitch. In my mind, I'm thinking, I didn't throw it where I wanted to. I'm going to throw another one that's going to be better than that. But it takes time to get that confidence and that trust in any pitch, really, and particularly for the young guys. Sometimes they misread what the hitter's telling them.
I'm loving our shots of the dugout. Everybody's having fun. It's a good night. Everybody's contributing. Hinske with 2 RBIs in this game. Full count to Nate, which, based on our Georgia Lottery hitting the jackpot, it's pretty much automatic. He's either going to walk or get a hit.
Yes.
Runner goes. Ball 4. second walk issued by Kinsler. The first one was the leadoff walk to Ugla, and he came around to score. And that clears Hudson. He'll bat with runners at first and second and 2 outs.
Which he likes much better than leading off. A couple RBI opportunities here. He's peeking down there at third base. He's going to drop one down.
There's our Delta Airlines on deck. Martin Prado. Great numbers during his hitting streak that he extended to 8 games with a single and an RBI in the second inning. Bouncer over the mound. Trouble. Well, not so much. He was hit hard enough to get the Weeks standing on the bag, and the inning is over. Braves add to their lead. They get a run on a sac fly by Hinsky. 6-0. They lead at 6-0. Tim Hudson's only allowed 1 hit through his first 5 innings of work. And a reminder that Delta Airlines is a proud sponsor of the Atlanta Braves. Also seeing that scoreboard up there, Philadelphia has jumped all over Washington tonight. They go to the bottom of the 8th, 7-1 Phillies. Bottom of the order for Hudson here in the 6th. Nieves, the pitcher spot, and then Weeks. Kotze is out on deck to hit in the pitcher spot. Nieves takes another first pitch strike from Tim Hudson. He flied to center his first time. To third. Prado has to charge and throw on the run. Fans, another reminder of something very important. The Braves and Salvation Army are partnering to support storm victims throughout the Southeast. Volunteers will collect funds and needed items at Braves home games through May 17th. Also, fans can text GIVE to 80888 to donate $10 to the Salvation Army Tornado Disaster Relief Effort. For more info, visit braves.com/donate. And again, the Braves donated $100,000 along with their radio partners 680 The Fan and Rock 100.5, the corporate partners of minor league teams. A very generous donation that continues to grow with your help. Kotze pinch hitting, lines one to Ugla. 2 out.
Pinch hitter off the bench, looking first pitch fastball. Got it. Braves had a guy in the way.
Ricky Weeks, 1 for 2. Had a triple to right center in game 1. And a double off the base of the center field wall in the 4th inning. The only hit of the game for Milwaukee so far. Another first pitch strike. $18 out of 19 first pitch strikes for Hudson. Ball to third. Another 1-2-3 inning for Tim Hudson. He's only allowed one base runner. That was a double by Weeks in the 4th, and he leads 6-0. Like freeze cam in the first play of the game in game 2, Tom.
Yeah. We're still not sure whether or not he touched the bag, but umpire said he did, and that's all that matters.
Umpire said he skipped right over it for the out. That was the Coors Light freeze cam brought to you by Frost Brew. Coors Light, my beer. New pitcher for the Brew Crew, veteran LaTroy Hawkins. He's in only his 5th game of the year after battling some injuries in spring training. Only 1 run in 4 innings, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Signed as a free agent in the offseason. 38 years old. Out of Gary, Indiana. Lives now in Prosper, Texas. Big guy, 6'5", 220. Top of the order against him, Prado, Gonzalez, and Hayward. Martin 1 for 3 here in game 2. 4 for 8 on the day with 4 RBIs. Out of play. Martin right on that fastball. But fouled it back again, 1-2. Prado playing third base in game 2. Chipper played in game 1. But sitting this one out. Brian McCann played in game 1. Holding court at the end of the dugout with the Moylan and Medlin brothers.
Boy, oh boy. Those two don't stop talking. They have to ice their jaws and their ears when the game's over. Those two guys are saying, can you believe they're trying to throw fastballs past us? Please.
Look at this. I got a hangnail from the last one. Hit it so hard. Martin hanging tough. He must have been concerned after Martin fouled off 2 to the right side that maybe they better continue this conversation behind the screen. Hawkins took a little off and missed. 2-2. Brandon Beachy tomorrow night for the Braves against Sean Markham. Markham's been a great acquisition. They got him from Toronto, who beat the Braves in Milwaukee. That's playable and right for Hart. And he drifts back and makes the catch. 1 out.
That should be another good matchup tonight. Markham's been throwing the ball real well. Beachy's been throwing the ball well the last couple times out. Should be fun to watch.
When did the next day's starting pitcher stop charting the game before?
Boy, it's
has that been a long time?
It's been a while, I think. I mean,
is that because of all the video?
Yeah, I mean, it really didn't. Kind of lost its purpose, you know. I think it was always used as kind of a tool for the next guy to kind of get his brain geared towards pitching and making pitches, and you know, it was a little bit helpful, obviously, if you were facing that same team. But with all the video nowadays, guys are pretty much putting together their plans watching video.
Alex sends one to foul territory by the tarp. Fielder runs out of room.
The stuff they have available to guys nowadays to put together game plans on people is just amazing. That's what I say. There's very little that's secret anymore. You know, you have 10 at bats in the big leagues as a young player, and somewhere somebody's got all 10 of them on video, and people are dissecting it.
Not just that, but it's so wonderful. Rob Smith is the video coordinator for the Braves hitters and pitchers, but he's got discs for every guy against every pitcher, so they can just pull out the all your at-bats against LaTroy Hawkins, for example, and see how he pitched you.
Yep, and the same is true for pitchers. You can go, you know, you could pull up Alex Gonzalez, and you could see every at-bat he's had against a left-handed pitcher for the last however long you want to go back. So, you know, for a guy like myself or whoever, you just go through and you pick out guys that have similar pitching style to you. You watch their at-bats, you see how they pitch them, how they attack them, see if they're doing something different than you are, and you have all that information right there.
Good battle here by Alex.
You know, and on the hitting side now, they have all these different companies that do all these charts, and it's, you know, what percentage of times does a guy throw a fastball in 0-0 counts? What percentage of times will he go to his curveball in 1-2 counts? What does he tend to go to with 2 strikes and runners in scoring position? So, I mean, hitters have all of that stuff to put together and tendencies, and it you know, it still doesn't guarantee success, but you have a much better idea what guys are trying to do.
Hawkins wanted that one and didn't get it. And some of that stuff can confuse you too. I mean, there's too much. You got to know what works for you and be able to pick and choose the things you want to see and comprehend. That should reach the seats. And it does. A good day so far for the guys in the navy and red caps.
Yeah, everybody's loose. A lot of talking going on. Relaxed, enjoying the game.
Joe Mather talking it over there with Jair Jurgens. Line to left center, base hit. Alex is thinking too, but he'll throw out an anchor and stop at first. Great at bat. And he has his first hit in game 2. He'd been on base twice on errors.
He's kept fouling off pitches and finally got LaTroy to get a breaking ball a little bit up in the zone and swing on it. Had thoughts about going to second base, but I think he made the right move with Gomez fielding that ball.
Hayward's 0 for 3, reached on an error in the first. He's struck out twice since then, each time against Zach Greinke. If you just joined us, the Braves got an unearned run in the first off Greinke, another run in the second, and then 3 in the fourth. They've added a run off Kensler in the fifth. Hawkins is on here in the sixth. Jim Hudson has a one-hit shutout working through 6. And it was 18 outs. 13 have come from ground out or strikeout. Broken bat, foul out of play.
And Huddy doesn't want to see too many long innings on the offensive side of things right now. He wants to get back out there on that mound as soon as he can and keep that rhythm going and keep that feel going here on a cool night.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. Tommy Hanson got the win in game 1. He went 6 innings, only gave up 2 runs. And when he came out, he got pinch hit for in the 6th. Braves put a 4 spot on the board then. Here's the pitch, and that's out of play. But looking ahead to Sunday in Philadelphia, that will be the turn for one of these guys, Hanson or Hudson. So is it possible that Freddie Gonzalez is thinking about that from Hanson's standpoint, getting him out after 6, and maybe even for Hudson now too?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question he thought about it a little bit in the first game. Maybe thinking about it a little bit more here with Huddy, where it's been a relatively stress-free night for him. But, again, there are other factors that will go into it. Matchups, maybe, or, whether Huddy or Hanson has something lingering physically right now that maybe he might benefit more from having the 5 days versus coming back early. So all those things will factor into it. But, hey, either way, you're going to have Huddy or Hanson on the mound on Sunday, so yeah, not so bad.
One of them will have short rest. That drops right into the Brewers dugout and then into the seats. Another extended at bat for a Braves hitter. Two and two.
That's another thing to me that's changed in recent days too, is they're having more and more of these long at bats, making the pitchers work. Whereas earlier in the year, I think that was something we were talking about, that they weren't having a lot of long at bats. They weren't drawing many walks like they had last year and letting pitchers get themselves in trouble. Now they've kind of gotten back to doing that a little bit more.
And out of play again.
And sometimes that's easier said than done. You can go up there with the mindset of, all right, you're going to be patient. You're going to look for your pitch early in the count, or look for your pitch, and you might be getting your pitch early in the count, and you're missing it, or you're putting it in play, but you're not putting it in play hard, or or getting good swings at it. Now that they're kind of getting in the flow of what they're doing, they're having better approaches to those pitches. When they're not squaring them up, they're fouling them off and at least getting another shot.
12 of the 21 at bat so far for Atlanta tonight in game 2. 12 out of 21 have been 6 pitches or more.
That'll get a pitch count up.
And 8 so far against Jason Hayward. In this at bat alone. Full count. Alex is running. In the air, slicing toward the seats. McGee has room and makes a play. Nice catch. Right at the railing. Tough luck for Jason Hayward. 2 down.
He did a nice job staying with that ball. Looked like off the bat it was going to get into the seats, but I think that wind might have pushed it back a little bit, and McGee didn't give up on it, stayed with it, and made a nice play.
Dan Uggla, a base hit, strikeout, and a walk. Drove in a run with a single in the first. It's that one hard toward the hole and past Betancourt. He's got a 2-hit game. Making up for that 0 for 5 in game 1.
Yeah, he's joining the fun a little bit here in game 2.
Freddie Freeman had 2 hits in the first game, but he's 0 for 3 in game 2. The projected pitching matchups in Philadelphia over the weekend. Derek Lowe on Friday night against Cliff Lee. Jurgens on Saturday against Roy Oswalt, who will be making the start after being at home tending to his family after all the tornadoes. And then Cole Hamels for the Phillies against a pitcher for the Braves yet to be determined.
All good pitching matchups.
Ron Renicky, the manager, out after Hawkins' pitch count got up. Again, a guy who hasn't pitched much yet so far on the season. So another pitching change for the Brewers.
By authority of Atlanta National Baseball Club Incorporated, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Braves.
Okay.
Back on track?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't my best the first game, but I'm a night game kind of guy, not a day game guy.
Right. That was bordering on brilliant. Mitch Stetter pitched in game 1. 2/3 of an inning, gave up a hit and a run. Braves had some good at-bats against him in Game 1 at a time when the game was on the line. He hit Hayward with a pitch. Chipper got a base hit. McCann had a sacrifice fly. Braves were 6 for 17 with runners in scoring position in Game 1. They won it 8-3. They are 4 for 7 in this game. Another high pop-up in foul territory for McGee, and he makes. Did he hang on?
He held on?
He did. Wow. Hit the wall pretty hard, but he held on to it. 2 good catches in foul territory by McGee. This one ends the inning. Indescribably good play, and it comes from Tim Hudson in his play tonight.
Been on his game again tonight, mixing all his pitches, attacking the strike zone as we've talked about with his fastball. Slider's been sharp. Really using all 4 quadrants, up, down, in, out, changing speeds. Really done a nice job keeping guys off balance, and really has had a pretty stress-free game.
Sure has. He's retired 17 of the 18 he's faced. We have Hart, Braun, and Fielder in the 7th. He's at the 65 pitch mark. Hart lays off a slider. 2-1. Hart pinch hit in the first game and struck out. 2 groundouts in the night game. Or as we like to say, the nightcap.
Nightcap, absolutely.
And that Florida team doesn't quit either. They're on top of the Cardinals again, 6-4. Bottom of the 5th.
Now they stay healthy. They're going to make some noise all year long.
Gabby Sanchez has had a heck of a series in St. Louis. And there you see the final in Philly, 7-4, fighting Phils. Oh, what a change. Woo. Strikeout number 6 for Tim. That's 18 out of the 19 batters he's faced that he has set down. The only blemish, a leadoff double by Weeks in the fourth. Ryan Braun is 0 for 2. He's 1 for 10 in this series. They pitched him tough. The one hit was a piece of good hitting going the other way and just in the count. A single to right. That was Monday night.
Well, as they say, he can get hot on Friday.
Yes, he can. They go to St. Louis from here. Chopper to short. Gonzalez on the run. Got him. And time to answer our AT&T U-verse trivia question. Who's the only player under 30 who has more career homers than Prince Fielder? And I really don't have a clue.
All my guys, we're all over 30. I was thinking, yeah. I thought about him, but I thought of all the guys I was thinking of, he has to be over 30 years old.
My gosh, he's been playing for 10 years. He's still only 22.
Yeah, I looked up there at the scoreboard, kind of going over the teams, and I was like, Detroit? Well, Cabrera, no, surely he's got to be 32 or 33 years old. He's been around for a long time. Should have went with my instincts.
Yeah, you should have.
Of course, that was after Ryan Howard, Mark Teixeira, Chase Utley, and pretty much everybody else I could think of in the National League.
Hey, speaking of Chase Utley, there's talk that he may be back sooner than everyone thought. He's working out in baseball-type drills and running the bases, and they may get him back.
Yeah, with as well as Philly's been playing and all the talk about their rotation, and rightly so, and as good as those guys have been, you kind of forget that he's not playing.
Yeah. And that Brad Lidge hasn't been out there, and Jose Contreras on the DL too. The end of their bullpen. Phillies are not scoring a lot of runs, at least not until tonight. But they're scoring enough to win for their staff.
Their staff's not making them have to score too many runs, so works both ways. You know, when you have confidence in your rotation, it takes a lot of pressure off the offensive side of things to feel like they have to score a bunch of runs.
Fielder homered in game 1 this afternoon. His only hit of the day. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Into the shift. Prado will make that play. And another 1-2-3 inning for Tim Hudson. Only one runner has reached. And once again, a lot of A's on hats.
Yeah, I believe the last game summer we did had 3 out of 4 Braves up there, and we talked about that being a good thing. So 4 out of 4 is a really good thing, and all those guys have been spectacular tonight. Big hits, RBIs. 2 guys in the middle there who don't get a lot of starts. taking advantage of their opportunities tonight. So it's been a good all-around good night for everybody.
Yeah, those three guys went back-to-back double-double homer in the fourth. And how about the Braves' 6 through 8 hitters in this series? Outstanding.
Well, that's, there's nothing worse than that as an opposing pitcher when you are dissecting their lineup. And, oh, by the way, there's no automatic outs at the bottom of the lineup either. It makes for a tough night.
Cameron Lowe is on the pitch for the Brewers. Great big long arm, long leg right-hander. 2-2, 3.38 ERA. He did not pitch in game one. David Ross, 2 hits on the night, a double and a run scored in the fourth, a single in the fifth, and just missed a homer his first at bat. Ball that was caught by Gomez at the wall. Lowe started his career in the Texas organization, also spent a year pitching in Japan in 2009. Brewers signed him last year. He's 6'8", 240. That's hit on the button, but right at heart. 1 out. And Eric Hensky 1 for 2 with a sac fly. He's driven in 2 runs tonight. Fans have heard us talk at times about guys who short arm the ball. That's not the case with Mr. Lowe.
No, he is everything but a short armor.
2 weeks. 2 down. And as Nate McLeod comes to the plate, he's our Toyota play of the game. Big fly.
Big fly and a pretty one. It doesn't get much prettier than that. I mean, that's kind of the picture I have in my mind of a guy swing I'm looking at when I think somebody hit a home run. It was just a great extension. Got the ball up in the air and just drove it through that wind out in the right field.
That went a lot different direction than I thought it was going to go.
Where'd you think it was going?
I thought when you said, that's the picture I have in my mind of myself when I was swinging.
It's not always about me.
Oh.
I mean, at least not up here. At home, it's always about me.
There's probably 3 or 4 people in the house at home who went, yeah.
I think of one.
Back through the middle. Lowe didn't get a glove on it, so it'll go through for a hit. He may have ticked it just a little bit, but Betancourt couldn't get to it, and Nate McLeod, have yourself a day. 5 for 5 on the day with 3 walks.
Yeah, one of the few times they don't have that off infielder shaded behind second base, and it cost them.
5 for 5 day on the doubleheader. His average has gone up 26 points today. .252 to .278. Nice going, Nate. Foul tip accidentally by Hudson, 0-2. Hopefully he doesn't have quite as much pine tar on his bat this time around. He just joined us. He grounded out earlier tonight and couldn't get rid of the bat. There he does. The short wave for McGee to Weeks. Inning over. We go to the 8th. Braves up 6-0. inning and check out our McDonald's fan of the game. He's a dancing machine. Yeah, pal.
Went to the Dave Baker School of Dance.
That part. Brandon Hicks checks in to play third base. And Martin Prado goes to left. That's the only change. Those are the only changes. Tim Hudson has set down 21 of the 22 he's faced tonight. Gave up a leadoff double to Ricky Weeks, and it was a rocket off the base of the center field fence, so it wasn't anything cheap. No one else has reached base. And 20 out of 22 first pitch strikes. Add to that.
It's pretty good.
Not bad. Casey McGee 0 for 2. Right into the ship. There's Dan Ugla. So turnabout's fair play. Braves rob a Brewer of a base hit up the middle.
Like I said, they stole a page out of Mr. Renicke's defensive scheme.
Yuniesky Betancourt 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. Hudson has fanned 6. Little flare towards center. Carries a little farther than I thought. McLouth right there. A 1 pitch out. .80 pitches for Hudson. If you're wondering, Tim has never thrown a no-hitter, but twice he's thrown a 1-hit complete game. August 28, 2000, while with Oakland, he did it against the White Sox. And then May 1st, 2006, he did it against Colorado.
How deep did he get in those games? Do you know?
Complete games.
I mean, how deep did he get before he gave up a hit?
I don't know the answer to that. And remember, he came within an out of getting a complete game about 10 days ago in San Francisco and beat them 5-2. No walks that day, 4 strikeouts. No walks tonight. 2-2 to Gomez. Just missed full count. Good changeup, but just off the plate.
Good sequence of pitches. Both those 2 pitches just missed.
Off the end of the bat, Ugla has it. Another 3 up and 3 down inning. Tim didn't even know how many outs there were. It's going so fast, he thought he'd just stay out there and pitch a little longer. 6-0 Braves lead in game 2. They won the first game 8-3. Braves trying to make it 4 in a row. And Tim Hudson has been brilliant. He has retired 24 of the 25 batters he's faced tonight. And the Braves offense has been outstanding. They'll face the closer for Milwaukee, who will be on to get a little work here, John Axford. 5 out of 7 in saves, even though he has an ERA over 5.
Throws hard, 93, 96 on his fastball, slider, curveball. Pretty straight, though, on his fastball. Command can be an issue now and again, so you have to be patient and try and get him to make a mistake with his fastball over the plate.
Braves haven't seen him that much. No one on the team has more than 2 at-bats against him, and no one on the team has a hit against him of those that have faced him. Martin Prado 0 for 2 against him. 1 for 4 in game 2 here with an RBI. He's driven in 4 runs on the day. Deep short, backhanded by Betancourt. Nice play, 1 out. Prado, Gonzalez, Hayward, Ugla, Freeman, and McLeod have all played every inning so far today.
Won't feel nearly as bad, though, when it's all over if you win them both and walk away with a few hits, which a lot of them are doing.
Yeah. Alex has been in the 2 spot in the order here for game 2. He's reached twice on errors, and he's also singled and struck out 1 for 4. 2 for 5. Looked like another breaking ball, didn't it? That he just stayed on.
Yeah, just kind of flung the bat at it, looked like.
His 3rd hit of the day, all told.
Get me over slider or slurve, and Alex was ready for it.
So a good day for Alex, who's extended his hitting streak to 6 games, and Hayward, the batter, looking for his first hit in game 2. Reached on an error, struck out twice, and he's fouled out. Ask and ye shall receive, Mr. Glavin. Laser Baker jumped on that question like a hawk. Tim Hudson's 2 1-hitters. First one was broken up in the 4th inning against the White Sox. The one in 2006 against the Rockies was broken up in the 3rd. Tonight, the only base runner that hit was in the 4th. Squibbed away from Nieves, but no advance. They're not holding Alex on, with the Braves leading 6-0. Braves hoping to pick up their 4th straight win. The Brewers 3 outs away from their 5th straight loss. Out of play. A ball and 2 strikes to Jason. Went upstairs and got him. 94 on that high riser. Jason has the hat trick in game 2. And Dan Ugla, the batter, he's had a good turnaround. He went 0 for 5 in game 1, but he's 2 for 3 with a walk and an RBI here in game 2.
Had some good at-bats here tonight. Battling, fouling off some pitches.
base to center field. Gomez coming on, can't get it. He runs by it. Gonzalez is at third base. Snitker will hold him there as Gomez gets it back in. That ball was ripped to center. Third hit for Ugla, and it's a double.
Yeah, a little breaking ball, kind of a backup curveball almost. Gomez tried to get there and then couldn't quite pull up and bounced off the heel of his glove, but scored a double anyway. Got the ball back in pretty quickly, and Snitker held.
He's got a good arm.
Yeah, he does. He's got a strong arm.
First 3-hit game of the season for Dan Ugla. And Freddie Freeman, the batter, looking for his first hit tonight. He's 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. Went 2 for 4 with a walk in game 1.
Guys have been hot with runners in scoring position. See if he can catch a little bit of it.
Out of play. They are 4 for 8 in game 2. Six runs on 11 hits so far in this game. They had 8 runs on 13 hits in game 1. At the knees, 0-2. .95 at the knees.
It's a tough one to hit.
And 2 from Axford. Stood him up 1-2. Kevin Correa, the former Padre pitching for Pittsburgh tonight, beat San Diego for his 5th win. It's 5-2 for the Pirates.
Pirates are making a little noise in the Central.
Freddie stays alive, a ball and 2 strikes. Freddie's been stuck on 9 RBIs for a while. It'd be good to drive in 1 or 2 right here. Going back to Ugla's double with Gonzalez coming around third base and Snitker holding him up. If that run meant something, I don't think there's any question that Brian would have sent him and tried to get him in. But with a 6-0 lead and you're starting shortstop running, there's no reason to put him at risk.
Yeah, no, you err on the side of caution there, and you're absolutely right. Had that run meant something, you can bet Brian would have had him heading towards home.
2-2 pitch, line down the third base line. That ship gets beaten again, and Freddie does pick up a couple of RBIs. 8-0. And Freddie Freeman up to 11 RBIs.
Runners in scoring position has been a contagious spot tonight in the lineup. Fastball just took it the other way and drove it right down that line. A lot of room down there, and Freddie found it. 5 for 9 now in scoring position this game. That'll mean good things.
David Ross, 2 hits. 2 for 4, and his 2 outs were loud. It's not going to do anything for Mr. Axford's already high ERA either.
Yeah, these are the kind of games you come in, you hope you can get a scoreless inning and just kind of put a dent in it a little bit, but if you put a dent, it's going the other way.
1-2 strikes to Ross. Freddie Freeman had been behind 0-2 before he battled back to drive in those 2 runs. And as good as the offense has been tonight, you can't minimize what Tim Hudson's done. Saw him sitting there on the dugout taking it all in and enjoying it. He's allowed only 1 base runner. A double by Weeks in the 4th.
With all the runs that have been scored, I guarantee you people kind of lost track of the fact he's got a one-hit shutout going.
John Axford has gone full on Ross. He's about to make what has to be somewhere in the vicinity of the 900th pitch tonight. Long innings for Tim, too. A couple of times tonight. He's been sitting over there for a while for the offense. Runner goes. Ross. Hard hit ball to McGee. Makes the play, inning over. Braves get 2 more. We go to the 9th. Hudson wants the complete game. For a complete game victory. He's thrown a 1-hit shutout, and the only hit was this one by Ricky Weeks in the 4th.
There's no doubter. Line drive over the head of McLouth. Double left him stranded out there. That's been the only blemish. A pretty darn good ball game.
He's been very special tonight, but think how special it would be were it not for that double. Last 1-hitter, complete game, May 1st, 2006. Just a little over 5 years ago. There's his line. Nieves. And it looks like Counsell will bat in the pitcher's spot. And then Weeks. Nieves 0 for 2. He has set down 24 out of 25. And only 2 batters, right, Mr. Baker, that have not received first pitch strikes all night. 23 out of 25, make it 24 out of 26. To Freddie Freeman, who will handle this one himself. 1 out in the 9th. Craig Counsell started game 1 at shortstop. Had a base hit and an RBI. He drove in the first run of the day in the Brewers' 2nd inning of game 1. That was their only lead today. He went 1 for 2. Weeks pull foul. The most pitches Tim has had to throw tonight, any one inning, was the third inning. And it was a 1-2-3 inning, and he had to throw 15 pitches.
It's pretty economical. Hey, like I said, anytime you can keep it 15 or better, you're below par, so to speak, and he's done that a bunch tonight.
He's at 90. Over in the old ballpark, you had a complete game effort where you threw, what was it, 76 or 78 pitches?
Yeah, 78 or 79, something like that. Yeah.
Who was that against?
The Mets, Frank Viola.
Really?
It was a 2-1 game, yep.
To short. And Tim Hudson's 1 out away from a 1-hit shutout. And the fans on their feet trying to root him home. The only man that stands between Tim Hudson and a possible perfect game is the guy at the plate, Ricky Weeks, who doubled in the fourth. Out of 28 first pitch strikes. Wind blows up a little dust in Ricky's face. Hudson went 8 2/3 innings at San Francisco. He threw 114 pitches. He's at 94 right now.
Likes the cool weather.
1-2. It's hard to pitch any better than he's pitched tonight, folks. Two. David Ross is sorry. Eight runs, 13 hits for Atlanta in game 1. 8 runs, 12 hits for them in game 2. And to think that they only hit 1 homer. That was McLouth's here in the fourth in this game. Full count. Any pitch selection here to get this over with?
I'm thinking 3-2. You got an 8-run lead. He's going to see a sinker.
Payoff. Walked him.
Those are what I mean.
Ricky Weeks still the only man to reach base in this game. And Corey Hart, the batter. Hart's 0 for 3, 2 ground outs, and he struck out his last time up. Runner goes, they don't hold him, and another first pitch strike. Hudson working out of the stretch for the first time since the 4th inning. No stolen base for Weeks. Tim taking a little extra time here after a couple of sliders weren't where he wanted them, to Weeks or to Hart. Fastball, 1-2.
Hasn't lost anything, still 90 miles an hour on that one.
A chilly night, the fans have weathered it and hoping to see Tim close this out. To first, and Freddie Freeman should take care of it, and he does. And a one-hit shutout. Complete game effort for Tim Hudson. What a night. 27 out of 29 batters received first pitch strikes. He got the only run he needed really in the first inning, and he cruises to an 8-0 victory. He improves to 4-2, and the Braves sweep the Brewers and win the first 3 games of this series. We'll be back right after this.